Okay, we are live, baby. You hear me?
Yeah.
Botones. Para. Scratching the seats. What's up, what's up? What's up, everybody that's tuned in right now? It's episode 8, right?
Mm-hmm. But
You sure? 7, 8? I think it's 8.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Waiting on Mike to get in. You want to turn me off, baby? Waiting on Mike Taylor to say what up. Okay, my baby done joined. I see you on here, baby. All right. This is going to be a good episode because I've been following this guy for a while, and I can't wait to hear a little bit more about his situation and his behind the scenes with the whole designing and sewing and how it, works out for his career and stuff. So let me know when you see him, baby. Appreciate everybody's on here early. We will start in just a moment. I give like the first 3 minutes for viewers to come in and sit in and wait for us to get started.
Did you ping him and let him know?
Oh, here you go, right here. He just joined. So how do I send a note? Oh no, I think he just did it. He just did it. Hey, what's up? What's good, bruh?
There it is. Finally, brother, finally.
I know, right? We've been trying to do this for a while too, man. It's so good. It's so good to see you, man. I'm glad I've got the format down. I had a few before we connected, because
Right.
It was always a thing to get you on the on any platform that we had, man, just to shoot it up.
I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all. I'm like y'all trumpet out here in these streets. I'm always singing y'all praises, for real.
Man, we appreciate that so much, man. We try our best, man. And honestly, I learned from the best, so you can give most of the credit to the wifey,
Mimi G to G. That's triple OG right there.
Oh, what's good, man? Like I was just telling everybody, I give like the first. Well, it's 8:03 now, so we'll probably just get started. Before we really get into it, the first 45 minutes we'll probably just go, conversation style. But the last 15 minutes, I want to open it up the floors for people that have any questions, pertaining to sewing or designing or whatever the career, whatever you're sharing, anything they want you to repeat. So if you have questions, save them to the end. Or if you do ask, wifey will be looking at a few and we'll ask them at the end. So let's get started, man. Welcome to Dope Man So. Obviously, I'm your host, Norris down to Ford, and we have our guest today, which is Mike Taylor. What's up, Mike?
What's good, brother? Thank you for having me. You know what I mean? It's an honor and a pleasure to be in your presence. You know what I mean? I feel like I know you personally because, I listen to you every other day when I'm working on something.
Yeah, man. Same way, man. I feel like we know you. We ain't even met in person, but it's just what the stuff that we do. It connects so well when you share it to other people that's in this niche situation.
Right.
You can't help but notice and act like and feel like you know them.
Right.
Is that natural sunlight? You in LA right now?
Yeah, it's natural sunlight, man.
The sun's still up, bro.
I'm just right by my window. You know what I'm saying?
I got lights and everything here, man. So.
Yeah.
So Mike, man, for the viewers that's on here, man, people that don't know you, just give like a brief, rundown of who you are, nothing song related. Where you from, where you come from, what you do for a living, and all that good stuff, brother.
Yeah. So I'm from Philly, West Philly, born and raised, all day, every day, 215, what up? I'm an artist, I'm a songwriter, a singer, and I'm an artist, a music artist full time. So this is what I do. I make music, I write songs, sometimes for other people, film and television.
Nice.
And I do my artist stuff. And I DJ. When outside was open, I would DJ on occasion. But since outside is closed, I still write songs. I'm in the studio every other day. And that's the main gig. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. So with the whole COVID and stuff, like you've been kind of shut down a little bit from like all that. DJ
kind of in the beginning, like in the beginning of the year, I started a new project called Mike Mondays, where I was releasing music aggressively.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, every Monday I was aggressive with it. And then COVID kind of shut that down a little bit because me and my partner in Sean, Alex, my production partner, we decided to, do the social distancing thing. So we had to shut that down. But other than that, COVID doesn't really affect music like that because I can still write music. I figure out ways to work with other people. I just had a session the other day with my brother Blue, and I was in the booth. He was in the control room. We stayed apart the whole entire time, and that was the first time I did something like that.
Oh, the booth is like a quarantine situation anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up, man. So are you an independent artist, or are you with a label, or?
Yeah. I'm glad you asked that. So I used to be signed. I was light years. I was signed to a major label, and then I moved out to LA from Philly, and I got signed to Rostrum Records, which is technically it's an indie label, but they're through Capitol or whatever, so it's like a major indie. So I was signed to them, put out an EP, that was awesome, and then decided to do my independent thing. So recently I've just been doing an independent thing, and on top of that, I've been trying to encourage artists to really, really stay independent and try to inform people on how to be independent in a way that can help you sustain
That's important.
yourself.
That's important, man. That's very important. Also, congratulations to your 80 million streams now.
Oh, no. Thank you. But I think we had 91 million now.
Oh, I'm sorry. 91 million streams on Spotify.
I appreciate that.
That's what's up, man. So you a legit artist. Anybody that's watching, he has that blue star by his name on IG. So it's official. Sometimes people don't know it's official until they see that. So yeah, I had to shout you out on all that good stuff, man.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, so let's get into it, man. I've been seeing you making clothes, man. I've been seeing you, wife is shouting you out. Like we both talking about your stuff, zooming in on your stitches, and examining the whole stuff. Like, okay, he official. So how did all this get started, man? Because it kind of makes sense. You're an artist, Maybe you got tired of the wax stylists they've been bringing you, Maybe you want to style your own stuff, Maybe you want to create your own stuff. So, like, how did you get into to sewing, bro?
So for me, I realized it was always there. Like I'm just a creative. So I've just learned this recently that to other people, it seems like I do a whole lot of different things. But for me, it's one muscle. That's it, right? So when I make music and I'm a photographer, I do videos, I do this, I do that, I DJ, I write, I sing. Other people be like, oh, you're so talented, you do all of these things. To me, it just feels like one thing, right? It just feels like I have a creative idea and I have to figure out how to technically do that creative idea.
Gotcha.
So with sewing, I've always been playing around with clothes, and I moved out to LA about 9 years ago.
Okay.
Actually, this week it will be 9 years.
Okay.
And when I started, I just had friends around me teaching me little stuff here and there, different style designers. And there was no resources online for menswear. So the only thing you could do online is like learn how to make curtains and pillows, and, like skirts. And that wasn't what I was trying to do.
What year are we talking? What year are we talking? Like, give me like a.
I mean, this had to be like, I'm talking like 2012, 2013.
Okay.
Somewhere around there.
Okay. So
it was like, there was no resources to learn how to make menswear. Like, I had a clear idea of the things I wanted to make, and it was like basic men's silhouette. But, you want to make this pattern or this sleeve or this whatever. And I was like, I can figure that out. But there was I'm big on YouTube University. So,
yeah, absolutely.
But there was nothing for menswear. So like every year I would check in and see if there's new stuff or whatever. And that's how I found you guys.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. So when you first started, like you was gravitated to making clothes, garments. You didn't care about the pillows or curtains, none of that. You wanted to make something that you could actually wear and be like an individual.
Because from an artist standpoint, I'm always thinking, what I've learned is I pick up tools to help push my artistry. So when I learned photography or this or that or film or whatever, it's always to push my artistry. because on some Philly shit, it's like Philly DIY punk shit. So it's like, you know, do it yourself, whatever. So that's just the cloth that I'm cut from. So with sewing or making clothes, I would just have these ideas but couldn't articulate it or couldn't figure it out.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
So so you said you couldn't find no resources. Like, did you find any resources when you went to like Joann's, or when you went, you know what I'm saying, to like different fabric stores? Did you see stuff that would kind of cater to you, or cater to like the menswear?
Well, for me, it was about like giving me the tools to do it, right? And the only thing that existed was film, like, I mean, not film school, but fashion school. So it was like you had to take actual like courses at like an actual building. And luckily for me, I'm a creative, and I came up, you know, when I was doing my thing, I was in LA. So I was around some really dope designers. My homie Sandra Garcia, she's incredible. She used to do Marco. And then my homie Elliot Beach. Huh?
Oh, no, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. And then my homie Elliot Beach is creator and creative director for Mama Dude. So those were the two who kind of first literally showed me how to do my first things. Like I'd be like, yo, I want to make this hoodie. And with my homie Elliot, we would trade, so to speak. Like I would teach him something and he would help me, and every week I would do something. So I would learn things here and there, but I didn't grab it all until I found Mimi G's tutorials.
Oh, that's what's up,
no,
man. Did you find yourself trying to take like women's wear and try to like alter it to like something that looked kind of cool on you? Because I know when I first started, I used to do that to wifey's patterns. And like a moto jacket that she had, it didn't have a collar, and the sleeves were a bit short, so I had to extend the sleeves. I had to create a collar. I had to make all the little details for me, and then extend the torso a little bit. So I found myself doing that a lot, and I was tired of doing it. And so when I found a really good men's pattern, I held on to it and was like, man, like this is what we need. And then I, when in her position, you know what I'm saying, she was able to allow me to come on and design a few men's patterns, you know what I'm saying, through her brand, which was awesome. And so like, other than that, you know what I'm saying, I really didn't see anything, man. So it feel like you kind of went through that same situation.
Yeah, it was exactly like that. So I took whatever they had available online or whatever, and I would just try to like modify it to fit me. But here's the thing, here's the way my brain works. So it's like, and you know, I'm sitting here talking to you, but on some real shit, like the Soul Academy for real, for me is designed in the way that I understand things, right? So I came up like as a dancer in Philly, and one thing we would have to do in the beginning, that was a long time ago, but one thing that we would have to do in the beginning is learn what we call vocabulary. So we would have to learn certain grooves and certain steps before we even got to the choreo stuff. We had to make sure we understood what it was, why it was, and we would have to get that rhythm in our body to be able to do the other things. So whenever I'm trying to teach something to somebody, or I'm trying to like understand something, it's always about like the vocabulary, giving people the tools to be able to understand it. Yeah. Because sewing is really technical. Yeah. So if you can find a way to just be like, yo, it's hard, but it ain't that serious. Yeah. And I think with Soul Academy, I think you guys found a way to just be like, nah, man, just it's simple, man. Just do this and you good.
Man,
you know?
I'm glad you say that, because that was the whole reason why wifey designed it that way, because you could go on YouTube and you could find how to learn one-off projects, you know, but there was nothing really teaching you the fundamentals. So she was like, I want like a curriculum where you start here, and then you know what I'm saying, you go to the next step, don't skip anything, and the next thing you know, you in garment sewing and you making all kind of stuff and designing stuff for yourself. So once again, shout out to you again, baby, for making it happen for people.
Quit it some more.
And I was able to get into a groove where now I teach, you know what I'm saying, all the menswear classes on there too. So I think it's important for people to have different outlets in the way you learn. And if you're a creator, sometimes you're better visually learning. Okay, she did this step by step, and then also working with your hands. So amongst all the different stuff that you do, like when do you find time to actually sew? Because I know you DJ, you write, you're in the studio, you be in the booth sewing, and you know what I'm saying, right lyrics down at the time. Like how do you balance that?
So actually, sewing for me is my slowdown. So like I
Okay.
always tell people, that's like my meditation. So when you do music for a living, you have to listen to music and you have to know what's out there. So I
Okay.
have to kind of set aside times to listen to large like bodies of music, right? So it's
Especially
like whether
now.
it's like digesting all the new shit that came out or like sitting on or going back to albums that I love. I have to kind of like pencil that shit into my schedule.
Okay.
So for me, sewing allows me to do those like long form things where it's
Gotcha.
like I'll listen to podcasts while I sew. I'll
Yeah.
listen to an audio book while I sew, and
Yeah.
I listen to the last thing I was working on. I was listening to the new Nas album, but it's really the
Okay.
only time I get to sit down long enough to take it in and
Yeah.
experience it.
I can see that.
So yeah,
It's kind of like you're doing homework. It's like you're doing homework in your industry.
or it's kind of just like me slowing down because as a creative, my brain's always going. So this is like my meditation, my slow down,
Yeah.
So I get to, so when I sew, like I have to like carve out space in my time in my life to just calm down because my life is really fast paced all the
Got you.
time.
Got you.
Yeah.
And you know what, man? We have that in common because me and wifey, we have to do that too. Because
Mm.
we still like sewing as a hobby, although we still sew for work. Different projects
Right.
are different deadlines, different samples we got. You know what I'm saying? Like all these different things, it revolve around sewing. Teaching the class. Teaching the
Right.
class is obviously I'm sewing, but I'm also filming. I'm teaching. I have to be careful and show different angles and all that. But
Right.
like when we have a chill down, so like, babe, you want to sew today? We're like, yeah, let's do it. Sometimes we literally have to write it to the schedule. Sew day, just sewing. We don't film it. We might make a little reel, Instagram reel, but other than that, we just sew.
Right.
And it's important because sometimes we could kind of lose the passion for it because we do it
Exactly.
for work all the time. So just doing it without any other obligations is very important, man. So it is calming, man, and it's something that I don't know. I guess sewers. Well, I don't think we take for granted because we know. I guess people that really wouldn't think that working with your hands could be so calming.
Oh, I love it. Trying to figure something out, like from 0 to 100, everything in between. That's the way I relax, I think. Yeah.
So what's been your biggest challenge? Hey, you can get that from her.
What? Oh
The damn dog and grab grab some sewing stuff. Um, what's been your biggest challenge when it comes to like maybe a technique or a certain garment when you first started? Like there's something you
Oh
really had
man,
to cue in on.
still like one of the things that I can't get right is when you're making the collar, right? And
Uh-huh.
you fold down the one side, and when you
Yeah.
flip it over, and you kind of like you catch it, you stitch in the ditch and catch it.
Okay. Yeah.
I haven't perfected that. And the same thing when you're doing the waistband for the pants.
Oh, okay. I got you. You flip it over, then you sew in to secure the
Yeah,
other side. Stitch in the
exactly.
ditch.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah, I think that technique is more about pinning it right and just
Right.
keeping that same. Yeah, because with us, sometimes I mean, when the lights go off, when the cameras go off, sometimes I have to redo something
All
because
right.
like trying to teach and do something at the same time is like
Right.
it's a lot.
And then what else? Oh, for my surgery,
Uh-huh.
I haven't figured out how to really close the ends of it yet.
What you mean?
So when you serge something,
Uh-huh.
right, and you cut the thread,
Yeah.
what do you do with that end? How do you close it?
I think it depends. I think it depends on like where you are with the garment. Like, if it's
Right.
like if you got pants, you got side seams, you got a shirt side seam.
Right.
The other end is gonna be connected to another seam, and then
Got
you
it.
serge that, and that what really
Got it.
secures everything. But
Got it.
usually, but yeah, I think
It
yeah,
doesn't come undone.
huh?
It doesn't come undone.
Yeah, it doesn't come undone either.
Okay.
Yeah, so you should be good, or
Oh,
you can
okay.
also fold under a 1/4 inch and then do whatever hem you got and then sew that down. So
Got it.
yeah, so what are the things that you like? You know what? I am good at this. If I worked in a manufacturing, this would be my job because I am crazy good at this.
I don't know, man. Like I've done a bunch of one-off projects, and
Yeah.
I just get better with each project. Like I think the next thing I'm gonna do is, I just moved into a new place, so like once I set up my space, I'm gonna go through. I'm one of those people who don't learn and order. I just find the thing that I want to make. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
But,
got you.
shout out to my mom. She in here. I just started sewing with my mom. I bought my mom a machine last year, and I signed her up so she does the women's courses, and I do the men's courses.
So this is your first time sewing?
Yeah. Well, no, she used to sew back in the day.
Okay.
But she getting back. She got back to it, and we love it. It's what we do. Look, there she goes.
Oh, look at the new generation going back and inspiring. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
It's beautiful. But I say, she goes each step by step. So I always make fun of her. She gonna be better than me because she follow all the rules.
Yeah,
me,
take all her time.
Man, I jump around. But my next project, I think I'm gonna do. I haven't done a full bodice block yet, so I'll do that, and then I want to do a long coat. I want to draft my own long coat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's good, man. That's real good.
I'm excited. Yeah.
So.
He's good at picking fabrics.
Oh yeah, my wife said you're good at picking fabrics. That means you be having some fire.
Oh, thank you.
That means you be having fire.
I appreciate it.
Cause we follow fabric all the time. Like when we cut, I have to be clear. I say, okay, I want 3 yards. You get whatever you get after that. So if you want 5 total, you only got 2. So you might want to get what you can get, you know? So that's the good thing that we have here, man. That camaraderie between us too. We keep each other energized and inspired and all that stuff.
So I think in terms of looks, like, so as an artist, I already know the kind of look I need for something. So I'm like, I need to just, I'm working my way to that look. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
So when you make stuff, do you have like a certain project in mind or like a video and all that stuff, and you put the whole concept together?
Yeah, I just put out a video called Hot Hot Summer.
I saw that.
I made this kimono, and I just, took a roll pattern, cut it short, modified it just a little bit, and just, made an
So you made what you wearing?
Kimono. Huh?
So you made what you wearing in the video?
Yeah. And I've done a couple shows where I made pieces just for the shows, like I have it over here, but what do you call it? The Letterman's jacket.
Go grab it. Let's see it.
With my print.
Let us see it.
With my personal print on it.
If you have, let us see it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
The kimono joint came out pretty ill. Army fatigue. Yeah,
nice.
Came out with the green, with the dope green. It reminded me of bait when I went downtown. Found this. It was really cheap too. It was canvas.
Okay.
And my top stitch line is smooth. Look at that thing.
I see that. Nice. Got a steady hand.
And then the little,
Nice, man. That's dope, bro.
But this fabric reminded me of bait. That's what
Baby-8.
And I'm not finishing because I'm gonna put my Letterman. You ever go to Taco Twill spot downtown? For letters. Oh, it's dope. Super ill. They got all like the Letterman's letters or whatever.
Okay.
But I'm gonna put the Letterman's M on here and put Monday on the back.
Nice.
But it was sold for COVID, but I'll show you my Letterman. Oh, I did the same thing in linen too. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So did you draft your own pattern?
No, not for this. I just used the like a bathrobe.
Oh,
and then
okay, perfect. That's perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then this is my pride and joy right here.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. With the Monday on the back.
Man, you got a good real knit and everything.
Yep, and I got this sublimated. So this is my actual logo. So like, I put out an album through Rochester Records, and this was the print for the whole album. So I got this sublimated.
Okay.
Downtown. Yeah.
Did you make shirts and the pants that same print?
Well, that's where I got the idea from. So when I was doing my like album rollout, I collaborated with Kate Moros. They're really, really dope, super ill designer based in the UK. Did all the like disclosure stuff. Yeah. Does like the tours for like Spice Girls, do the stage design, and does the MTV Movie Awards. So they did that print. Oh, and then Rhea Stenson, who's a super fly, dope designer. She does Beyonce. She does Sierra. She does her. She does her a lot actually.
Okay.
She started doing all my customs. So she did like something when I was at the BMA. She did like this dope ass duster jacket for me, and then she did like my jacket in that print. And I started coming up with these ideas, and she was like making it happen. She made this leather jacket that was super fly with the print in her inside. Yeah. So that's what got us. And my creative director, she was like, you know, you coming up with all these ideas. If you can figure out how to do it, you be out there killing them. Yeah. And then she said the wrong thing, because then I said,
Man, I find that amazing, man. Because you said you do photography, you do video. Do you edit your own stuff too?
Yeah, so I did. I directed and edited Ha Ha Summer.
Babe, this artist does. He's sing right, producing. He can DJ it. He can edit. He can shoot it, and he can make his clothes for the shoot. Man,
that's how you do it.
Damn, you talking about DIY? That's independent.
Yeah,
that's what's up, man. Salute to you. That's a lot of.
It's the Philly in me. Listen, in Philly, we only know how to do it one way. You know, because I've been doing my artist thing for a long time.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes you're just too broke to pay everybody, so you got to figure out how to do it.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. So what kind of machine you work on? Like, I know you say you was packing or moving or whatever. You didn't have everything out, but I had to ask, like, what kind of machine and stuff you work on? Yeah.
So I have one of the I have a Brothers the Project Runway Brothers machine.
Okay.
And I just took it in to get it like serviced, and the person I took it to couldn't do anything with it because it's a computer.
Yeah.
So he was like, he recommended that I just get the old school sturdy ass joints without the computer, and I'm thinking about having one of them. So if you got any recommendations, let me know.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You
one of those Jukies.
One of those Jukies. Do we still have those two in LA right now? Or did you sell them?
No, I still got them.
You still have them?
I think so.
I will hit wifey up. I think you're trying to get one off.
Mimi, I hear you in the background. I'm gonna hit you up, Mimi.
Yeah, hit the deal, man. We might be letting one of them go, man.
Word. That'd be love. That'd be love.
Yeah, man. Like, what do your creativity come from? Because you're an artist, you know, like that whole music industry, like, is all about style too. You know, you got to have some type of image. So, like, where do you grab some of your inspiration from when it comes to that stuff? I know you mentioned some of your designer friends that you get, you know what I'm saying, get feedback from. But anything else outside of that?
Everywhere, man. Like, I know that's very cliche to say, but everywhere, man. I pull inspirations from a lot of things. Like, I mean, my favorite artist is Basquiat. You know what I'm saying? So I can see it. Yeah. Already. You know what I'm saying? Keith Haring, I got the Keith Haring pillows over there.
Nice. Okay.
You know, so I'm really into like fine art, but then you know, all different kind of just people who master their craft. Like I pull a lot of inspiration, oddly enough, from like comedians. So like,
gotcha.
It's a mind thing and the way you think about things and a perspective thing. So people who challenge perspective and challenge thought, and challenge perception, really get the gears turning for me. So I pull it from all different kind of things. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's funny you mentioned getting inspiration from comedians, man, because I was just thinking, I think earlier today or yesterday or something, that in this niche, like DIY, menswear, sewing, even women's wear, it don't matter. Like sewing is sewing, and I think that I can compare it more to like a comedian because they have their little community, you know what I'm saying, and they respect each other because you can be funny, but it's a different thing. Get on that stage, you know what I'm saying, having an audience and really getting that feedback. So I was thinking the same thing. It's like you could be a designer, you know what I'm saying? You can do all these little different things. You could be stylish, but it takes another situation to get up on that machine, be focused, learn the craft, make something, and make it look like, you know, it came from, you know what I'm saying, from the mall or something, you know what I'm saying? So and not actually make it look like it's homemade. So like that's kind of, that's funny you said that. I just thought about that comparison.
I mean, it was like the biggest compliment, and I know you went through this at some point when you wear something, because for me, when you're so close to it, you can only see the mistakes. Right? You only think about the mistakes, and then when I wore something out, and everybody kept asking me, it's the vinyl jacket that I made. I got that joint over here too. That's crazy.
Yeah, let's see it.
But when I made this vinyl joint, it's your pattern.
I remember when you did that one.
Yeah. So but this was the first time I made something and wore it out. And people were like constantly asking me where I got it.
Wow.
And they didn't believe me when I told them I made it. So that's where like, you go, damn, that's when you start feel like you start to get it a little bit. Yeah. But the funny thing is when you buy something high end, like I had this Gucci, it was a Burberry sweater that I got from like, a high end thrift store or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's all these like little mistakes that I constantly make, like the way I turn in my hem at the bottom or some little quirk.
Yeah.
I look at this high end sweater and it's the same fucking mistake. And you start to look at pieces. When I'm looking at trucker jackets and I'm looking at the top stitch and right where I veer and my stitch wiggle a little bit, I look at like a Levi's jacket or Gucci trucker jacket and I'm like, yo, they make the same mistakes in the same spot. Yeah.
Same thing. That's why you said that, man. Yeah. Because also that kind of influenced your shopping a little bit too. Because if you shopping and you see the way they did a hem, it's not blind hem or they didn't serge it or whatever, and you look at it like, I'm not paying that. They didn't even take the proper, situation for me to pay that, So that's what's up, man. So has this altered your shopping habits at all? Or do you still shop as much as you sold?
No, man, like for me, it's all about me trying to figure out how to make it, because I think in terms of like complete looks, and one of my biggest roadblocks is I'm usually limited to the season, right? Because if we're going to go and shop like for something, let's say I'm doing an event or a red carpet or something, I got to stay in the season unless I get a stylist who has, they can pull from different places and grab anything. But now I can just be like, yo, I see the look. It's this kind of coat with this kind of pant, this kind of shirt, whatever the case may be.
Right.
Sometimes you're limited by what you have access to. So now all those limitations going away, and now I have to just learn how to do those techniques.
Okay, that's what's up, man. So what's your next big thing you gonna be working on?
So I'm saying like
the jacket.
So I'm gonna do the long coat. So yep. I'm gonna draft. I'm gonna do my bodice block. Yeah. And I'm gonna start getting my coats together. And then I was telling you on the DM, man, I need that tutorial for the biker jacket. Once I get the motorcycle jacket, it's lights out. Lights out.
I need to make a pattern for that, man, because
I'm serious.
And a lot of people been asking about it, and I had just maybe how long was I sewing before I made that? It wasn't long. The red jackets we made.
Oh, that wasn't long at all.
Yeah, I had been sewing maybe a year, and on 9th and Broadway downtown where you have Yep. Which store?
The Acme store?
Yeah, the Acme store that's right down the corner.
Maybe, but I know exactly where 9th and Broadway is.
Yeah, so we was right there, and I saw a red moto jacket. I was like, "Hey, can I make that yet?" Because I don't know what my skill level at. I haven't worked with leather yet. So she was like, "We ain't use no real leather," and I'm like, "Oh, I don't care about that." So
I mean, you can get. I'm going to use vinyl, like some soft butter vinyl when I do it.
And she told me all the stuff I needed. So we went every store, and then we walked all the way through. I made my changes, and it was fulfilling, man. And so when people see it out, it's always dope to get that, that extra. Hey, man, where you get that from? And you made it. You made it. It's just so fulfilling, man. That's all.
Yeah. So for me, I think instead of so my two projects, I like jackets for me.
Okay.
So, I think I'm just going to keep reworking, relearning, drafting pants, making more shirts, more pants, get the cut right. Somebody suggested this tailoring book for me to go get, so I'm going to check that out. And just work on the lessons and try to get better at that. And then my next project is going to be drafting this coat.
I love drafting, man, and drafting is the one thing for me, after I draft it and I make sure it fit. I mean, you can just sew it all the way through because you already made your measurements versus you know what I'm saying, working with a pattern. There's always some type of fit adjustments, but drafting it, I mean, it's usually you have no adjustments at the end. You can just sew all the way through, and at the end put it on and be like, oh, this is exactly how I wanted it. And that's usually how I work when I draft my own stuff. So I'll be looking out for that jacket, bro.
Oh, I'm gonna work on it. As soon as I get my space set up, that's the first thing I'm working on. I got a question. So I was working on the pants, your pants pattern, right?
Okay.
And in the tutorial, we sew the thing, and then when it's still pinned, you're supposed to go and make the adjustments. I haven't perfected it. I haven't figured out how to do that correctly.
Okay, well, the best way to do that, I do, because I hate doing things twice. I hate basting, and I hate taking threads out. So I try to do it right the first time. So what I do is I do my inseam first, and I wear them inside out, and I pin the sides. Like I'll pin all the way up, and I get stuck with pins and everything. I'll make sure my whole leg is in there, and I'll make the adjustments with the pin, and then I'll take me a chalk marker or a fabric marker, and I'll mark it all the way down my pant leg. So when I do my stitch, is exactly how where my pins were, and it's like a perfect situation. And and once I have my stitch in one leg, I just put them on top of each other and pin where the stitch is. So it'd be the exact leg, because you don't want one leg goofy, you know what I'm saying? The other leg superb. So like each one to make sure it's a balance, man. That's what's up. Babe, we have any questions? I want to open it up to some of the viewers, man.
My screen's been frozen.
Shout out to my homie August. I see you all. Philly, what's good?
Let me see. As a teacher that told me to do more women's wear to get better at menswear. That's good, because that's a good tip actually, because with menswear, I mean, we have a few different stuff, but there's nothing out there. There's not as many men's pattern as it is women's pattern. And when it comes to menswear, we have, you know what I'm saying, shirts, pants, maybe a jumpsuit, and maybe a few jackets. That's about it. But with women's wear, it's like you have dresses and so many different styles of dresses, so many different sleeves, working with gathering, putting in the invisible zipper. You know, it's like you have all that stuff with women's wear, and also trying to fit it on a female's body is another challenge. You know what I'm saying? Because just because of, you know what I'm saying, the way women are built, and working with darts and different stuff like that. So that's actually a good tip.
Okay.
Yeah. But the only thing is we can't wear it, you know what I'm saying? We have to give it to somebody else to rock it. You see your screen still frozen, maybe?
I don't know what, it's literally just frozen.
Let me see, stitching the ditch. I don't see too many questions, really. Let me see. People just shouting out, Sword Academy is great. Learn a foundation, build on that. People giving some advice. Let me see.
There might be a connection issue.
Yeah, it might be a connection issue. How's your internet? You good?
I'm good over here.
Oh, okay.
Good too. I don't know. There's just some.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's fine, man. One thing I wanted to mention was because you've been able to actually kind of weave your way through it. Like you didn't go to a university to learn how to sew, you know? So you like little YouTube, and then you found stuff through this, and then also the Sword Academy, which is kind of like a curriculum, you know what I'm saying? So what advice would you give, you know what I'm saying, another not just anybody else that want to do menswear, you know? Like what advice would you give them?
Well, one of the biggest things I had to learn was to be patient. Like I'm serious when I say like sewing slows me down, it calms me down. Okay. So I'm very fast, and I'm usually task and goal oriented. So it's like tight deadlines. This got to be done, and just take your time. Like even when I just got back from Philly, maybe like a month ago, where literally no BS, me and my mom the whole week sat right in the living room. It's just sewed. That's it.
Oh, wow.
We was working on the skirt, and the women's wear the skirt with the elastic and with the top.
Okay.
You know, for my niece. And we just did that the whole week. And my mom gets very intimidated by the scale.
Yeah.
Because it seems, I would say sewing seems way more difficult than it is. It's not easy.
Right.
But if you focus on just
it could be done.
Step you're on, just take it step by step, you know? And then, because we get tripped up by like what we think is going to, how difficult it's going to be. And then once you learn the technique, you start looking at other garments and you go, oh, that's just that technique. I don't even look at the thing. I look at the actual, oh, that's this kind of cuff. That's just this technique.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So stuff is coming a little bit more familiar to you, like, you know what I'm saying, as you keep advancing.
100%. 100%.
Well, that's
but yeah, just take your time and be patient. And don't skip around. I know I skipped around, but don't skip around. It's like literally put one foot in front of the other. And as simple as that sound, that makes all the difference. Because once I decided that I'm not going to get done this thing in 2 days, now I can sew pretty fast. But before then, I would be trying to cram so many things in a small period of time. Once I calmed my ass down, I was like, bruh, relax.
Take your time.
Like, I'll take 1 day just to cut out and mark my fabric, right? Transfer my all my notches and all of that, right? Yeah. And then the next day, I just spread it out, and I take my time, and then it became easier for me.
That's what's up, man. Actually, man, that's something that we find ourselves doing too. Even like work, let's say like a new pattern come out, I'll read through the directions and stuff, and I like to look through it so I can put it down and just sew, and not have to like worry with looking at instructions sometimes. But sometimes if you go too far, you're trying to figure out how did that happen from here. You just have to do the steps, and when you get there, you'll see how it comes about. Sometimes sewing's like that too. So. Skipping ahead is not always good, bro.
I know. And I watch the whole tutorial before I even do it. So I watch it all the way through. Okay. Maybe twice before I even try it.
Oh, you get your mind right. That's what that is.
Yeah.
But that's what's up, man. Bro, I appreciate your time, man.
I appreciate you.
I like a lot of the garments that you got, bro, and I can't wait to see more stuff. Once again, congratulations on all your music stuff, and tell everybody like what you got coming up next, or if there's anything you want them to check out, or how to find you on Spotify, or how to find your playlist, or what's happening when you open back up.
Yeah, your
like Mike Mondays.
Just hit up MikeMondays.com and listen to all my previous releases. It's a lot of good vibes in there. I'm working on a couple things. I really can't say what they are. They're gonna be fire. And I would just say if you are just meeting me, it's nice to meet you. Get familiar, MikeMondays.com, IamMikeTaylor.com. I've been out here for a minute. I think you'll get involved and you'll dig what you got to dig on. That's
what's up, man. Appreciate it. Thanks everybody for watching Dope Men Sew. And we will see you in the next one. I'll holler at you, Mike, and
I appreciate you.
And we'll chop it up off the line, bro.
For sure. Mimi, what up? I mean, what you know about that machine?
I'm in my robe, man.
I got you.
I got my glasses on.
It's still fly. It's still fly.
It's good to see you.
It's great to see you. Have a good one.
All right, man. We'll chop it up later.
Yep. Peace.